The Ukes held their year-end ceremony on Thursday, gathering here at NAIT to honor the athletes of the only institution to qualify for the playoffs in all 12 sporting categories. For this week's End Zone Challenge, I keep with the net sports but step up the intensity, making my way to the NAIT gym for some training in the art of volleyball. And I wasn't kidding. I wasn't kidding about the forearms. Ow.
Wow, Ben, I didn't know you were so athletic.
Well, you know, that's kind of what this was for, to learn a new sport, but also to just really get the word out. To get the word, because I feel that that's important.
I'm just curious, are they going to be asking you to join the team anytime soon?
To my knowledge, no. But you know, I understand that he's a coach. He's been a volleyball professional. So if he asked me to join the team, would I be surprised? Absolutely, absolutely not. For this week's End Zone, net sports are gone. Badminton, volleyball, it was fun. I had a good time, but now it's time for me to move on. This time I pick up a weapon, don a mask, and take the Sergei Saber Club for some fencing. I'm Ben Matychuk, and this week in sports we have the Battle of Alberta in lacrosse fashion, the Ukes and the Queens going head-to-head in the ACAC Women's Hockey Championship, and I talk about the Oil Kings and the playoffs, all that and more coming up in sports. The Harlem Globetrotters are on their 2015 World Tour, but while the rest of the team performs on the East Coast, Edmonton received a special visit. Well, I, for one, am ready for Edmonton to make up its mind. We started out warm in the week, and then it went to cold. What was up with that? Thank you, ladies. The Edmonton Rush are gearing for the Vancouver Stealth after a heartbreaking overtime loss to the Toronto Rock and last weekend's game against the basement-dwelling Calgary Roughnecks. Tonight in entertainment, we take a look at a crazy Russian viral video. The NAIT Ukes women's hockey team took on the Red Deer Queens on Thursday night to battle for the 2-1 Championship Series lead. Whether you're skeptical or excited about the advancements of robotic technology in the new millennium, all we can do is watch and wait as engineers in their labs, like the one in this building right here, attempt to advance even more the capabilities and intelligence of robotics. For NAIT News Watch Extra, I'm Ben Matychuk. The Edmonton Rush is on fire, riding a 5-game winning streak. The team has allowed the fewest goals of any NLL team and scored fewer only than the Toronto Rock. Edmonton beat Vancouver twice last weekend to clinch the playoffs and is now looking to keep its position atop the West Division in order to get a bye to the semifinals come the postseason, where Edmonton would await either Colorado, Vancouver, or Calgary. But on a darker note, goalie Aaron Bold's girlfriend Michelle was recently diagnosed with stage 4 breast cancer, prompting Rexall Place staff and fans to dress up as superheroes for last Friday's game to show their support for the beloved. The Edmonton Oil Kings, after their 8-1 blowout win against the Saskatoon Blaze on Tuesday, are 3 points from clinching WHL playoff contention. Edmonton sits in the final playoff spot in the West Division, 8 points ahead of the Moose Jaw Warriors with 4 games remaining, but the team says it's only focused on playing as well as it can.
Doesn't matter how Moose Jaw or Swift Current or Kootenay playing right now. Our job is just to go win our games and ensure that we do our part on making playoffs.
The Oil Kings have enjoyed 3 wins in their last 4 games and only need 2 wins out of the last 4 games to guarantee their postseason participation.
I think you have to be aware that the playoffs are there, but I mean, it's tough to talk about them when you haven't clinched them. So it's probably the latest in the year. It's been in a while around Oil King Town that a playoff spot hasn't been secured.
Edmonton played in Lethbridge last night and faces the Medicine Hat Tigers tonight. After that, it's the home finale on Friday against the Rebels before the season finishes in Red Deer on March 21st. The Edmonton Oil Kings last week saw their season come to an end in a double overtime Game 5 against the Brandon Wheat Kings. The Oil took Game 1 in the series but could not best Brandon beyond that. Edmonton spent the last 3 years atop the Central Division but finished 7th in the Eastern Conference this year, pitting it against the league best Wheat Kings. Brett Pollock led the team with 32 goals and 62 points in 70 games. Captain Ashton Sotner led the team in assists with 39. Tristan Jari started 55 games but only won 23 despite his goals against average of 2.74 and save percentage of 90.7, ranking him 6th in both categories and excelling the Oil Kings in defense. Final numbers for a year rank on the bottom. Edmonton allowed the fewest goals in the East aside from Calgary with 204. As far as special teams, a rough power play with 18.5%. But look at that penalty kill. Best in the league.